Hello dear students, today I am going to explain the concept of, it's one of the important concept, Gram-Schmidt's orthogonalization process. Before going to explain this concept, we should know some basic concept, that is orthogonal basis and orthonormal basis. You already familiar with what is orthogonal vectors and what is basis. Here we have orthogonal basis. If we have to say that the two vectors alpha and beta are orthogonal, then the condition is inner product of alpha comma beta which is equal to 0, correct? So this one is the condition for two vectors are said to be orthogonal or they are perpendicular to each other. So in the similar way, here we are defining orthogonal basis, means we are considering the basis, that is the basis S which is equal to alpha 1, alpha 2, so on up to alpha n of an Euclidean vector space is called orthogonal or is said to be orthogonal if all the vectors in S are mutually orthogonal. That is, here initially we are considering the basis in if all the vectors in S, that is alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha n, all are orthogonal to each other or are perpendicular to each other, then we can say that this basis is orthogonal. So here this one is the definition of orthogonal basis. Next we have the concept of orthonormal basis. Orthonormal basis is nothing but it is also called as normal orthogonal basis. Normal orthogonal basis. The basis S which is equal to alpha 1, alpha 2, so on up to alpha n is called orthonormal basis if it is orthogonal and each vector in S is unit vector. That is, here this one is, here also we are considering the basis which is orthogonal, means in which all the vectors are mutually orthogonal or mutually perpendicular to each other, and then here we have the another condition, that is each vector in S, that is alpha 1, alpha 2 up to alpha n, all are the unit vectors. This one is the condition for orthonormal basis. So now we have this process, that is, here it has the statement like this, that is Gram-Schmidt's orthogonalization process. Every finite dimensional inner product space has an orthonormal basis. That is, here we already knew what is orthonormal basis, correct? So here we are considering the inner product space. Inner product space is nothing but a vector space which is containing suitable inner product and which is finite dimension. It has an orthonormal basis. Vector space means it must contain at least one basis, correct? So therefore here they are given the basis. By using that basis we have to find out the orthonormal basis for the given inner product space. Here I am not proving this one, just I have to explain, that is I want to explain the working rule to find out the orthonormal basis by using the given basis. So for that we have following procedure or some working rule. In that, here they are given the basis, that is S alpha 1, alpha 2, so on up to alpha m, which is the given basis. This is the given basis. By using this basis we have to find out the orthonormal basis. So before going to find out the orthonormal basis, first we have to find out the orthogonal basis for this. After that we have to convert that orthogonal basis into orthonormal basis. That is given basis. We have to find next orthogonal basis. After that, by using this orthogonal basis we have to find out orthonormal basis by normalizing the each vector in this orthogonal basis. Now we have the procedure to find out the orthogonal basis, that is let T which is equal to beta 1, beta 2, so on up to beta m be the orthogonal basis, which is the orthogonal basis. So now the working rule is let beta 1 is equal to alpha 1. That is, in the first vector beta 1, which is nothing but the alpha 1 in S. In the second step, beta 2 is finding out by using this one. That is beta 2, which is equal to alpha 2 minus inner product of beta 1 comma alpha 2 divided by inner product of beta 1 comma beta 1 into the vector beta 1. In the similar way, beta 3 is given by, which is equal to alpha 3 minus inner product of beta 2 comma alpha 3 divided by inner product of beta 2 comma beta 2 into the vector beta 2 minus inner product of beta 1 along with beta alpha 3 divided by inner product of beta 1 comma beta 1 into the vector beta 1. Now we are continuing the procedure like this. At last we have beta m as alpha m minus inner product of beta m minus 1 comma alpha m divided by inner product of beta m minus 1 comma beta m minus 1 into beta m minus 1 minus in the next vector we have beta m minus 2. So we are continuing this like this. So at last we have minus inner product of beta 1 comma alpha m divided by inner product of beta 1 comma beta 1 into beta 1. So this one is the procedure to find out the orthogonal basis, or that is beta 1, beta 2, beta 3 up to beta m. Now we found the orthogonal basis, that is beta 1, beta 2 up to beta m. So which is, that is beta 1, beta 2 so on up to beta m, which is orthogonal basis, which is the orthogonal basis. Now we have to find out the orthonormal basis. That is, for orthonormal basis means, orthogonal basis means here all these vectors are perpendicular to each other. We have another condition for orthonormal basis, that is the each vector in that set must, in that basis must be unit vector. That is, here we have to convert these vectors into unit vectors. That process we call that as the normalizing the vector v. So here we are normalizing that vector, means that is if v is the vector, then v divided by the modulus v divided by norm of v, that is the length of that vector, gives the unit vector, which gives the unit vector. This process we call that as the normalizing the vector v. So here we have the orthogonal basis, that is beta 1, beta 2 so on up to beta m. Now we have to orthonormalize, means we have to find out now orthonormal basis is given by, that is beta 1 divided by norm of beta 1 comma beta 2 divided by norm of beta 2 so on up to comma beta m divided by norm of beta m. This one is the orthonormal basis for the given basis. So this one is the procedure of Gram-Schmidt's orthogonalization process. Now we are solving one problem on this one. So that is, this one is very important one. Apply Gram-Schmidt's process to orthonormalize the basis. That is, here this one is the given basis, that is S, which is equal to 1 0 1 comma 1 0 minus 1 and 0 3 4. So here it is S, this one is the given basis, which contains three vectors, that is alpha 1 is given by 1 0 1, alpha 2 is given by 1 0 minus 1, alpha 3 which is given by 0 3 4. So now in the first step we have to find out the orthogonal basis. So orthogonal basis means nothing but beta 1, beta 2 so on beta 3. because here we have the 3 vectors. Therefore this one is the orthogonal basis. Orthogonal basis. Now we have to find out the beta 1. Beta 1, which is, we know the procedure. Beta 1 is nothing but alpha 1. Here alpha 1 is given by 1 comma 0 comma 1. And next in the second step, beta 2, which is equal to alpha 2 minus inner product of beta 1 comma alpha 2 divided by inner product of beta 1 comma beta 1 into beta 1. So alpha 2 is nothing but, here alpha 2 is 1 0 minus 1 minus inner product of beta 1 along with alpha 2. Here beta 1 is 1 0 1 along with alpha 2, that is 1 0 minus 1. Inner product of these two becomes what? 1 into 1, 0 into 0, 1 into minus 1. So we got the result as 0. Next, inner product of beta 1 along with beta 1, that is beta 1 with beta 1 means 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 0. So therefore we got 0 into beta 1 means 1 0 1. So therefore 1 0 minus 1 minus, here 0, we are multiplying this 0 along with this vector, then we got the null vector. So therefore here beta 2 is given by 1 0 minus 1. Next we have to find out beta 3, which is given by alpha 3 minus inner product of beta 2 comma alpha 3 divided by inner product of beta 2 comma beta 2 into the vector beta 2 minus inner product of beta 1 comma alpha 3 divided by inner product of beta 1 comma beta 1 into beta 1 alpha 3. Here alpha 3 is given by 0 3 4 minus inner product of beta 2. Inner product of beta 2 along with alpha 3 means, that is alpha 3 1 into 0 0, 0 into 3 0, so 4 into minus 1, that is minus 4 divided by inner product of beta 2 along with beta 2 is given by 1 into 1 minus 1 into, that is 1 square 2 into, that is 1 into 1 1 minus 1 into minus 1 1, so 1 plus 1 2. So next into beta 2 means 1 0 minus 1 minus inner product of beta 1 along with alpha 3, that is here beta 1 along with alpha 3. We have to find out the inner product between beta 1 and alpha 3. 0 into 1 0, 3 into 0 0, 4 into 1 4 divided by inner product of beta 1 along with beta 1 means we have 2 into beta 1 is 1 0 1. So this is nothing but 0 3 4 minus, here minus into minus plus, and we have 2 ones are 2 twos are, so 2. After multiplying this 2 inside, 2 comma 0 comma minus 2 minus, here 2 ones are 2 twos are 2. If we are taking 2 inside, then 2 0 2. So after adding these 3 vectors, that is 0 plus 2 minus 2 means 0 3 0 0 3. Next 4 minus 2 minus 2 means here we have 0. That is, now we found beta 1, beta 2 and beta 3. This is nothing but, that is 1 0 1 1 0 1 and beta 2 is what? 1 0 minus 1 and beta 3 is 0 3 0. So which is the orthogonal basis? Orthogonal basis. Now we have to find out the orthonormal basis. First, for this beta 1 is equal to 1 0 1. Therefore modulus or norm of this beta 1, which is given by square root of inner product of beta 1 comma beta 1. This is nothing but square root of 2. In the similar way, beta 2 is given by 1 0 minus 1. Therefore the length of this beta 2 or norm of this beta 2 means square root of inner product of beta 2 comma beta 2, which is equal to, which is also root 2. Next, beta 3 is given by 0, 3, 0, and length of this beta 3 is given by square root of inner product of beta 3 comma beta 3, which is equal to, so square root of 9, this is nothing but 3. So now orthonormal basis is given by, that is beta 1 divided by length of beta 1 comma beta 2 divided by length of beta 2, beta 3 divided by length of beta 3. So therefore, which is equal to beta 1 is nothing but 1, 0, 1 divided by square root of 2. Here 1, 0 minus 1, this is nothing but beta 2 divided by root 2 comma 0, 3, 0 divided by root 2. So therefore here the vector becomes 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 2 comma 1 by root 2 comma 0 comma minus 1 by root 2 comma 0, 3 by root 2 comma 0 be the required orthonormal basis for the given problem.